Which one of the following statements is reflect on the traditional language? Get written message conveyed by the value needs finding can have the development of the digital useful like the micro perform. I take India. I culture more. Many Thank you, Take India. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. It took us 5 32 the power 5 plus 2 ka power 27 is divisible by 10. Let if you be positive integer satisfying p less than q and p plus q is equal to k. What is the smallest value of k that does not determine p and q uniquely? A person walk 100 meters straight from his house, turn left and walk 100 meters again left, turn left and walk 300 meters, then turn right and walk 100 meters to reach his office. In which direction does he walk in his area from his house? If his office is exactly in the northeast direction, now the person walk 100 meter westward, then turn left and walk 100 meters. Take 225 degree turn clockwise in which direction is he walking northeast. Now he is walking northeast. The statement is given followed by two conclusion. Number one and to consider the following and the conclusion statement. One is saying India is the world largest producer of milk. Conclusion one. India is the world largest exporter of milk. Conclusion. A statement is given followed by two conclusion. Number one and to consider the statement and the conclusion. India is the world largest producer of milk. India is the world largest exporter of milk. Conclusion to India does not import milk. Which one is correct? And one more conclusion to follow thinking of this. A question given a question is given followed by two statement one and to consider the question and the statement. Question what are the value of mn and where mn and are natural numbers? Statement one m plus n greater than mn and m greater than n. The statement to the product of m and n is 24. Which one following is correct in respect of type of questions and the statements? The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. The question by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using other statement alone. The question is given followed by statement one and to consider the question as statement question one. What is the time required to download the software? Statement on the site of the software is 12 megabyte. The statement two is the transfer rate is 2.4 kilobyte per second. Which one following is correct? Spell the both questions and the statement. The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. Read two passages and answer the items that follow the passages. Your answer to these items should be based on the passages only. Passage one क्या बोलता है? Passage one and passage two. Passage one, unlike religion and science, poetry does not posit or expect any belief in absolute truth. Those forces are individuals who claim to have absolute truth in their grasp tend to turn dictatorial and tyra- tyrannical and naked. Truth is only does not admit any contradiction or imperfections. It is Unitarian. It is therefore not much use for poetry. Poetry is highly advised by the holy to, to, of life and existence. Perhaps poetry follows reality, which is crueler anachronistic, full of contradictions against the tyranny of truth. Poetry remains a partisan of democratic reality against the arrogance of power, wealth, and hierarchy. Poetry proposes both humility and defiance, which just effectively reflect the most logical and rational messages conveyed by their book passage. In a world of violence, tyranny, and bigotry, poetry is a form of dynamic resistance. Based on the book passage, the following assumptions have been made. The author of passage believes that followers are creation of uh, nature luxury. The author of passage does not believe in usefulness of flowers, flowers except as they conclude, which assumptions given above are valid. Neither one not true. Neither one not true. A question given followed by two statement one to consider question and statement. Age of each of P and Q is less than 100 years but more than 10 years. If you interchange the difference of their age. Statement 1 2. The age of P is greater than the age of Q. Statement 2. The sum of their age is 11 by 6 times their differences. Each correct respect about question and statement. Question cannot be answered even by using both the statement together. A main statement is followed by four statement label P, Q, R, and S. Choose the order pair of the statement where the first statement implies the second and the two statement are logically consistent with the main statement. Main statement Pradeep is the wider director or a producer statement PQRS. Pradeep is a director, Pradeep is a producer, Pradeep is not a director, Pradeep is not a producer. Both S and P and R and Q, R and Q. If A plus B is A minus B, A minus B means A multiply B. A multiply B means A divided by B, divided by B means A plus B. Then what is the value of 10 plus 30 minus 100 into 50? The operation are to be replaced simultaneously minus 25, minus 25. P means greater than, Q means less than, R means no greater than, S means not less than, and T is equal to, then consider following statement if 2x is 3y and 3x T40, then 9y is the if next to 2y and y are z, then x are z, which correct difference. If a certain good ABCD is written as 24 and EFGH is written as 1680, then how is IJK written in that code 11,800, 11,880? If certain code is written as Itna, rate is written Itna, then how is arena written in that code? What will come in place of Itna sequence? If in a certain code is written as Itna in some code, Such a statement base reflects most logical reasoning inference that can be made from the passage. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. When a child reaches adolescence, there is a to be a conflict between the parents and the child since the latter considers himself to be by now quite capable of managing his own affair while the former are filled with parental solicitude, which is often a disgraceful love of power. Parents consider usually that the various moral problems that arises in adolescence are actively taken in the options are replaced, however, are so based on above passages, the following assumptions have been made. Dog Mandi Deltayan seldom confiding. Them is willing to go their own way in secret. The adolescent does not feel comfortable with his parents because they tend to be dominating and assertive, which one a statement base reflects the central idea of the new passage. Parents in general may not be of much help when children are on their way to becoming adults. 65 what is the number 5? 5 265 increasing what is the sum of the first 28 term in the following sequences 54 person by 3 article PQ and R for 3,330 P cost 25 more than R and R cost 20% more than Q then what is the cost of P 1,350 and the sum of two digit number A, B and C is the three digit number 1C where the letter A, B, C, D denote distinct distinct digit then what is the value of a 9 in number 6 by Z has selected numbers set of the first 7 natural numbers was that x greater than 2 by 3 paired on the research distinct type plates triplets x y z are possible 4 triplets the total cost of 4 orange 6 mangoes and 8 apples is equal to twice the total cost of 1 orange 2 mangoes and 5 apples consider a statement both one to total cost of 3 oranges, 5 mangoes and 9 apples is equal to the total cost of 4 oranges, 6 mangoes and 8 apples. The total cost of 1 orange and 1 mango is equal to the cost of 1 apple. Passage 1 in a robust democracy reality, howsoever inconvenient, inconvenient it may be find its expression both in the speech of political leaders and the other social form of reception. The existence of the real has to be transparent both through its circulation in and by the media as well as its argumentative articulation in deliberative democracy and government Responsible media through its communication impact has a responsibility to circulate the content of reality without distortions. Responsible media should not distort the real in an ideal democracy. Now coming passage to passage to what is the passage to? Which one a statement base reflect the truths of the book as a responsible media should not distort the real in an ideal democracy. Passage 272 passage 2 में क्या बोल रहा है? Nowadays, there is a growing trend to use interconnected home devices as consumers increasingly network their homes. The connected home device manufacturer and service provider will seek to overcome the profit margins by gathering more of our personal data without our agreement, turning the home into a corporate storefront. Corporate marketer will have powerful incentives to observe consumer behavior to understand the buyer need and preferences of the device owner, which one statement base reflect the most logical, rational, and practical message implied by the passage. The interconnected devices can be a security risk and home users may have privacy risk. Passage 3. Green growth involves rethinking growth strategies with regard to the impact on environmental sustaina- sustainability and the environmental resources available to poor and vul- uh, vulnerable groups in rethinking growth. We need to focus on the current reality of resource constrained world, resources intensive, and in particular energy intensive processes will need to make way for more efficient and resource frugal development strategy if we are to avoid an economic dead dead lead, that will lead, that will lead. One a statement base reflect the truths of the above passage. Maintaining high environmental standard is now a prerequisite for achieving a steady, sufficient, and inclusive growth. A question is given followed by two statement. One to consider question and the statement. Question we are unique value of x and y where x, y are distinct natural numbers. Statement 1, 2 x by y is odd x y 12 where one correct in respect above question and a statement. See, the question can be answered by using both the statement together but cannot be answered using either a statement alone. The question is given followed by two statement 1 and 2. Consider the question as statement. A certain amount was distributed among x, y, and z. Who received the least amount? Statement 1 x received 4 by 5 of what y and z together received. Statement 2 y received 2 by 7 of what x and z together received. The question can be answered by using both the statement together but cannot be answered using either statement alone. D. A question given followed by two statement 1 to consider question and the statement. Question statement 1 to question is asking if the average marks in a class are 60, then what is the number of students in the class? Statement 1 the highest marks in the class are 70 and the lowest marks are 50. Statement 2 exclusive of highest and lowest marks from the class does not change the average. Which one is correct in respect of the above question and the statements? The question cannot be answered even by using both the statement together. 77. The question is given followed by two statements, one and two. Consider question and the statement. There are three distinct prime numbers whose sum is a prime number questions. What are those three numbers? The statement one, there sum is less than 23. Statement two, one of the number is 5, which one of the following is correct in respect above question and the statement. The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. 78a. See, a question is given followed by two statement one and two. Consider following. Consider the question and the statement. Question says x plus y an integer. Statement one two. One is 2x plus y is an integer. Statement two x plus 2y is an integer. Which one is correct in respect of the above question and the statement? The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. The question is given followed by two statement one and two. Consider question and the statement. A person buys three articles P, Q, and R for 50. The price of an article Q is 16. Which is the least question? What is the price of the article P? Statement 1 2. The cost of P is not more than that of R. Statement 2. The cost of R is not more than that of P. Which one is correct in respect of the above question and the statement? The question can be answered by using both the statement together but cannot be answered using either a statement alone. 80. 80 saying is a question is given followed by two statement one and two. Consider the question and the statement. PQR and PQR and S appear in a test. Question has P score more marks than Q. Statement 1. The sum of the marks scored by P and Q is equal to the sum of the marks scored by R and S. Statement 2. The sum of the marks scored by P and S is more than the sum of the marks scored by Q and R, which correct in respect of the above question and the statement. The question cannot be answered even by using both the statement together. Which one is correct in respect of the above question and the statement? The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered using other statement alone. A person buys three articles P, Q, and R for 50 rupees. The price of the article Q is 16. What is the least? Question: what is the price of article P? Statement 1. The cost of P is not more than that of R. Statement 2. The cost of R is not more than that of P. Which one correct in respect of above question and the statements? The question can be answered by using both the statement together but cannot be answered using either statement alone. PQR and S appear in a days. Question: has P scored more marks than Q? 1, 2. Statement 1. The sum of the marks scored by P and Q is equal to the sum of the marks scored by R and S. Statement 2. The sum of the marks scored by P and S is more than the sum of the marks scored by Q and R. Which one correct in respect of above question in the statement? The question cannot be answered even by using both the statement together. The whole masters. I will is sunrise, and the storm I have to know, not the so long that there's a better place from this emptiness. The Arizona. Now I am going to close this stream. I'm going to close this stream. See you tomorrow.